Allah, in the name of Him, the most beneficent, the most merciful. My name is Gabriel Morton or Ali Reza Jafarpur, and this is very, very important YouTube program. I appreciate YouTube and every other broadcasters in the world, inside United States of America, European countries, China, Russia, and every other regional and noble nation and country. God bless Israel, God bless America, God bless all of the modern societies and modern countries. Today my program is so much important because that will make great change in the world. So everybody who say my voice, who sent my voice for you, everybody who convey my speech today for you, that is a great service for all of the nations and all of the countries, because this speech will make solve it all of the international issues. What is the international issues? What is the pains for the nations in the world? Injustice, bias, religious radicalism, and hyperinflation, disease, poverty, and everything that make privileges of some nations and make failures for other nations. God bless you all. God bless all of the broadcasters. God bless all of the noble journalists, noble nations, noble politicians who hear my voice. God bless all of the subscribers and likers, as I appreciate all of the noble people in the world. What is the solution? What is the situation? What is the issues? What will happen in the upcoming days and upcoming months? And how we can prevent disasters in the society? Let me start right now something, but before that I want to appreciate YouTube, plus that I want to ask YouTube managers to add one good option for YouTube. What is this good option for YouTube application? This option will make possible 2x recording or save video 2x. That means that anybody who have not enough good mood to listen my voice, and many other knowledgeable people who want to share their knowledge with you, but their speaking way is so slow, they need to record and save their video inside YouTube as 2x or 3x, 2x and half, or 1x and half. And unfortunately, I don't see any option about uploading 2x video to YouTube. I hope YouTube managers do it, because that is very, very useful to save your time and energy, especially those ones who are listening to me. The 2x video, 3x video will be more interesting for you, because my speech today is so much important and urgent and can facilitate to solve every problem in the world. How we can solve every problem in the world? We have to make a universal government. What is the universal government? This is the government of the governments. Why the government of the government is so much important? To make permanent peace between the nations, remove all of the borders between human beings, delete racism, radical nationalism, and every harmful ism, for example, Nazism, fascism, capitalism, Marxism, everything that is annoying for all of the human being, and every ism that can combine people together, join people together. Every problem from ism or any ism or any thinking schools that prevent people to be united together and help each other must be removed from earth, especially religious government and religious regimes will not have any future and will be deleted by noble politicians and noble people. Those who are listening to me, God bless you all. God bless the great nation of the United States of America. So I appreciate YouTube. I appreciate broadcasters. Let us start very, very important discussion. And what is this discussion? The main question that you will solve in your mind is about the earth's resources and heaven resources. What is the earth's resources and what is the heaven resources? What is the cosmos resources? For example, I know the way to extract limitless gold, limitless water, limitless new elements, limitless rare metals. I know the way, and I will help you to extract these precious stones, precious metals from the other planets and from the space and from the quantum tunnels that is not discovered until now, because these quantum tunnels needs quantum devices. For example, quantum computers that I designed, 5 different type of these quantum computers. These these will facilitate, or these are the preface about the discovery. And what is this discovery? Discovery of quantum tunnels. Quantum tunnels or quantum corridors or quantum passage will help us to make it possible coming back of the Jesus to our world, and Jesus really and physically will emerge, and people can see the beautiful kind face of the Jesus. And I will describe modern Christianity that will be a universal religion. So all of the countries, included Indians and Chinese, Japanese, Buddhist people, all together will join to this new modern Christianity, and Jesus will guide them to the straight and correct path about their life and about their decisions and about their actions. But I want to come back to the physical discussion that is accessible and touchable for you and is analyzable in your mind. And what is this? I want to say that all the oils in the earth, all of the metal and minery, all belong to whom? I want to say that everything that is underground is belong to the all of the nations, and everything is over the ground at the surface of the earth, at the surface of the earth, also belong to all of the human beings. Why? If you are a real God believer, if you are Christian, if you are Muslim or Jewish, must to believe necessarily that is this wealth, this underground and upground wealth is belong to the God. And God gave this to all of the human beings. So all of this underground wealth must be divided equally between nations, equally, without privilege, without racism, without bias, any type of the bias about gender, the bias about the race. We want to see real justice and equality. This is the message of the Jesus. This is the message of the kind Jesus. And Jesus is the kindest prophet, and most of the peoples in the world must be obedient to the Jesus who sacrificed himself on behalf of the growth for all of the human being. So if you are a true Christian, you are a true Jewish, Muslim, or any type of the God believer, must accept about all of the resources underground and upground must divide equally between all of the 8 billion people in the world. We have a lot of issues nowadays: homeless people, addicted people, poor people, the people who can't afford paying for food, shelter, clothes. A lot of them live not just inside Asia and Africa, at the corner of the cities inside great wealthy countries, even European countries, even America, Canada, Mexico, Japan. Japan, I am not sure, but about a lot of countries, we see poverty and pain of the people. The poverty and pain of the people is because of the bias and injustice. We see nowadays a lot of wars in the world. War between Israel and Palestinians, war between Russia and European countries. All and all, that is because there is not a universal government. So, what is the best way to make universal government? However, we need to make the most greatest elections for all of the 8 billion people who live on Earth. And this is the peak of the civilization. One great democratic elections is the peak of the civilization. But my vote is to make a central federation of federative republics. That means that we have to make local government in every city and province in the world, every state in every country. Then the leader or elected or selected or choose presidents in these local governments will join together to make the Federation of the Asia, Federation of Africa, Federation of Europe, and Federation of the America continent. Then this federation will elect a universal government. Universal government will make, depend on European countries, if they accept the right of the Russia, depend on the people of Asia or Africa, depend on the noble people and politicians inside America. The government, the universal government that will make a preface for Jesus and Mahdi will make in these countries if they do appropriately. And what is the appropriate actions? I said over and over, I have enough knowledge to make a spacecraft. This spacecraft will go to the beyond. I know the way and I know the technical way, and this technology is far to access by all of the scientists inside China, inside Russia, inside European countries, and inside America. None of the scientists can't to make the devices, especially about quantum scanners, quantum camera, quantum lensing, and quantum traveler. You need my knowledge, and I can't to deliver right now, because if I deliver right now, the American Western countries will be winner, or any countries, for example, Russia or China. If they invite me to there, I will teach them. And if I teach them, they immediately start to make these devices. However, that is so much costly. They will do that because that is the supreme power and supreme kingdom, these new technologies. But why China and Russia? However, I was persistent to them about inviting me and asked me, I don't want too much salary, and I don't want too much everything. At most cost every month $20,000 for China or Russia. If they invite me, they will have the technology of the advancement for 1,000 years. But why they are not why they make delays, why they are hesitant? They are shying from Republic Islamic of Iran. Later on, I will describe why Republic Islamic of Iran is not a legitimate and respectful government. And everybody, sooner or late, will know that Republic Islamic of Iran is not a respectful regime or government because of the many reasoning. And one of the top most important one is they want to delete other nations and other countries. They want to destroy other religions, other government, other nations on behalf of their religious crops. These radical peoples, they don't respect Iranian nation the same they do for other nations. They believe wrongly that they will go to the heaven and paradise of the God, but God would never do this about these asteroid people who lost the true way of the God, and the true way of the God is kindness. Come back to the mainstream of the discussion, the main line of this program. China and Russia are losing the opportunity. However, the way for me is open. I have 6 new extraordinary tools to achieve my goal. What is my goal? To serve all of the human beings and make justice in the world and divide all of the discovered resources and not discovered resources. I will divide for all of the human beings equally, and I would never ask them if you are Muslim or not, if you are God believer or not. I would never ask them their nationality, their races, their gender, their age, their skins, if is light or dark. I would never do this. I will divide all of the resources equally between all of the nations. And this is the message of the God, message of the kindness by Jesus, and every other religion who want to do cruelty, delete other nations, destroy other cultures, they are far from the message of the God. So, China and Russia are hesitant because they are shying from Republic Islamic of Iran. They want to respect the Republic Islamic of Iran. I want to declare that there is no joint point between me and Republic Islamic of Iran. Unfortunately, inside Republic Islamic of Iran, we have a regime that made people of Iran a slave, depressed, and psychos. The message of the regime is being mentally ill, mentally sick. Any regime, any group of the religions who want to destroy other human beings, they are not just only far from the way of the God, but they will be the psychos and psychopaths who want to delete other people so they are dangerous for all of the human being. Otherwise, that they do their approach and their wrong vision and their wrong judgment about themselves and about other nations. What they must to do about themselves, they must to throw in the trash any of their ideology that ensure them they will go to the paradise of the God and others will go to the hell. And they must improve their approach about dealing and negotiations and relationship with other human beings. And they must accept human rights and international norms, international regulations approved by most of the countries and most of the nations. However, these human rights is not compatible with their religious regulations. They have to be obedient to the universal regulations. Otherwise, all of the countries will do everything against them, and they will remain disrespectful and unhonorable forever in the mind of the populations and other nations. So, there is no joint point between me and Republic Islamic of Iran because they are mentally ill. I say it over and over. If people of Iran want a miracle of the Mahdi, want a miracle of the Imam Ali, I can make it raining every day 2 hours. You see how much people are depressed. They don't have energy to come in the street and ask from regime their last rights. So Iranian people, they need motivators, so they love Netanyahu and Israel because Israel will give them hope and will save them to be disappointed about to be masters of their fates. So let me come back to the main discussion. I want to say that I have a lot of options. And one of my options is to accept to be guest for European countries or for United States or every other nation or country who invite me and host me. I need some place except Iran because Iran is not appropriate and is not acceptable to be the capital of the change and political and economical and technological capital in the world. Nor America or Russia is acceptable nowadays. But if they do in accord with the plan of the Jesus to make a universal elections and determine a universal government, every problem will be solved day by day and month by month. Let us to see what is the roots and what is the origination point for all of the problems nowadays in the world. For example, why Palestinian and Israel fight together. That is because of the lands. Countries want to invade to other nations, other countries, because they want more lands. If you ask why they want the more lands, if they are greedy or not, maybe they are greedy. Maybe some of them are greedy, some of them are mentally ill, or some of them are promoted by mischievous factors, mischievous countries like Qatar. Maybe one of them, maybe some of them. But the main reasoning about invasion to other countries and occupy the lands that is not belong to them is access to more resources. Why they want more resources? Because the total capacity of the oils, the total capacity of the metallic mines is limited. Why is limited? Because the people of the people who govern over or the people and government who are resident in every land, they wrongly believe that all of the resources underground is belong to the people who live above of these mines. That is absolutely wrong thinking line. That is absolutely wrong vision. That is absolutely wrong ideology. Which ideology? The ideology that believes that we are the owner of underground minerals and oils and every natural wealth that is God given to the earth. Even if you don't believe to the God and you are a reasonable man like Richard Dawkins, like the most of the European peoples who don't believe to the God, it doesn't matter. If you are a reasonable being, a reasonable human kind, you will understand that all of the oils that is underground is belong to all of the populations. All of the wealth over the ground, underground, above, in the sky, in the space, all must uh, equally divide between human beings, between populations. But nowadays is not so. You see a lot of fat people inside United States, and you see a lot of hungry babies who die inside Africa. Also, we have a lot of other problems. For example, there is not law or regulations that prevent increasement of the populations inside India, inside China, inside Pakistan, inside Indonesia. So they will make a lot of children, and this is not good for Earth. So we have to make a limitation and universal regulations for all of the countries. We want to make adjustment about growing of the populations. We want to keep this population the same by make universal standards and universal regulations. Universal constitution must govern over the lands and over the countries. These universal constitutions must to be accepted by all of the countries. Otherwise, this country will be under the sanctions by all of the universal powers and universal parts. The race of the Anglo-Saxon will be deleted if we don't make these regulations, because Anglo-Saxon societies, they want to keep power and wealth and be advanced runner in science and technology, so they don't have time to do marriage, who is the custom of the god. So they lose opportunity to make next generations, and the generations inside European countries, inside America, gonna to be deleted because there is no marriage and baby making. If we make equal conditions for all of the nations and countries and make limitations for India, for Indonesia, we want to save the same population. 8 billion is enough for Earth, and we must to prevent increasement of the population by make limitations, 2 babies for every couples, and we will do this. So By this way, we can save American whites, English British whites, and European whites. The same amount of the population will continue in the next decades, and the same level of the population without increasement uh, will be inside India and Indonesia if the noble government of these countries come and accept this universal government. That is good for their future and for all of the human being futures. So, after make united constitutions, we will divide all of the oils equally between all of the nations. Muslims are wrongly proud for themselves. They believe that God gave this amount of the wealth to the Muslims and they will access to this great wealth of the oil forever while all of the other nations is deprived. So you see the counter actions and the counter attacks, counter invasion by other countries about the Muslim societies. You see how much disasters they made for Syria, for Iraq, for Iran, for Saudi Arabia and other countries if they want to just for few days to be disobedient from United States or other European countries, Christian countries, they will make evolution or revolution in these countries who are the owner of the great oils. So you see what they did about Venezuela. All of the oil countries, they who don't want to be obedient for United States and European countries is intrinsically a threat or they are enemy or they are against the human right and democracy for European countries and for United States of America. I am not anti-Americans. I want to say that everybody, every noble politician must be sincere and say honestly what they want. If they want oil to be shared based on the fair value, they must to make everything that they have, including technology, they must divide this equally between all of the nations. In this case, the oil containers countries will accept to share this God-given energy for all of the human being. I want to say that nowadays is so much different from 100 years ago. And nowadays there are a lot of dangers that treat all of the human being and mostly European countries. What will be the result of the global warming? And what is the root or cause that make global increasement of the temperature? Maybe you say that you can do everything in your house. If I make fire inside my yard, if I go legally or illegally bring a lot of trees and burn this wood or coals or gases inside my yard and say to everybody, to neighbors and to all of the world, I want to do this because this is my land and this is my home and I will do everything in my home. You can stop me. You can punish me. Even if you are not my neighbor. And even if you live inside Canada and Australia and America. European countries can punish me. This is the current problem in the world. all of the countries, they think wrongly that this is my government, this is my country, this is my nation, this is my land, so I do everything inside my country. That is not acceptable right now. And every noble politician, noble journalist, noble government, noble nation must interfere if see some bias in other countries. It doesn't matter political bias, religious bias, and any type of the neglect human rights must be considered and must be punished by the government who do this anti-human right movement even against their nation. So this is just the only way in front of the human being. Otherwise, we will see international third world war, and this world war will destroy 99% of the human being. Even Elon Musk may be to be killed in this atomic war between West and East. So, what is the solution? Come to a meeting and make agreement. First of all, we have to make elections in every province, election in every state, in every country. We call this, for example, the local republic governments. Then this local republic governments will join together at the level of the country to make the parliament or the federal parliament that is watchful to or manage the local governments or local parliaments. Then we will see and we will have a universal total parliament of the parliaments. We can call it the Federation of the Federative Republics. This place will be the center of the change and the political capital in the world. So my recommendation to European countries to do ceasefire against Russia, make peace agreement. Another time, last opportunity for China and Russia is to invite me, because if I go to United States, there will be the controller of the everything. I don't have any problem to if I go to Canada or Australia or America, I will make the capital of the political change there. But if I do so, I can to achieve my aim. What is my aim? My aim is to make a universal government. Why making universal government is so much necessary for all of the populations, and this is the peak of the civilization. Why is so much important? This is so much important because that will make a universal constitution